Back now at 8:35, and this morning on Education Nation Today, choosing the best college for the right price. Financial aid season kicks off this weekend just in time. The Princeton Review is out with its annual list of the top 150 colleges that offer the best value. And Rob Franek is the Senior Vice President of Princeton Review and the author of the Best Value Colleges. Rob, good morning. Welcome back.
Thank you very much for having me.
Let's start with the bad news, shall we? Because we're going to talk about college prices. Public colleges prices have gone up 6% from last year. Private colleges have gone up 4% in 1 year. And with these prices going up, what's happening now? What's the response in terms of financial aid and scholarships?
There's a huge response. We've been surveying students and parents on PrincetonReview.com and our College Hopes and Worries survey, 86% of whom said that financial aid was going to be very necessary or extremely necessary for them to afford school. There's some good news. $170 billion are out there for some aid, but we tried to really do the homework for students at PrincetonReview.com for our best value colleges list this year.
Okay, and so let's talk about the list then and what value we can get from these schools. You break them apart between public and private. Let's look at the public schools. Number 3 on your list is this new college in Florida, in Sarasota, Florida. Why?
It is a wonderful school. It's a small school, 800 students, but it is the official honors college for the state Florida system. It is an enormous academic value for students, but a great financial aid value as well. $14,000 in-state tuition, $10,000 average gift aid. So that's what students do not have to pay back. Once you're admitted, you don't have to take out a loan to pay for school.
So what does that mean? Is that, I'm sorry, forgive me, because is it 14,000 minus 10,000, or is it, in other words, you still have to pay the 14,000?
No, 14,000 is the sticker price. So that's the total cost of attendance minus $10,000 that the average freshman would get just upon entry, bringing that cost down to $4,000.
That is a good deal. Okay, let's look at number 2 on your list, University of Virginia in Charlottesville.
Oh my gosh, it has been a usual suspect on our list. And University of Virginia, great school, 14,000 students, powerhouse school academically. But when we start to think about it, $20,000 average sticker price, $16,700, and for the average kid and family, bring it down to $3,800 to attend UVA.
But unless people think, listening, that this is all about money, you're really saying that the quality of education is high at all these schools you're talking about.
Absolutely, and that's what we focused on at Princeton Review. Our wonderful partners at USA Today, focusing on a great academic value, but a great financial aid value as well.
And you measure great academic value based on what? The experience level of the teachers? What is your criteria?
A couple of things. We look at the average freshman profile coming in, SAT scores, ACT scores, GPA. Did they graduate from the top 10, 15, 20% of their class? And did they value the academic experience that they're getting? Are their professors good teachers, and so on? Okay,
so then that brings us then to number 1 on your list of public colleges, University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill.
Again, a usual suspect on this list. It is a wonderful school, 18,000 students. It's a really hard school to get into, but once you're there, whether you're in-state or out-of-state, you're going to not have to take out $1 in loans.
All right. Okay, now let's take a look at your list for private schools. And number 3 on your list is Princeton University. Very hard to get into. Why is it a good value?
Well, when we start to think about it, Princeton University is a pioneer when it comes to financial aid. They were the first U.S. school to say, don't take out loans to pay for college. And they were there with the financial wherewithal to do it. So a $49,000 sticker price, average aid package right around $35,000, $36,000. So bringing it down to a pretty reasonable number for the average kid and family.
Which may be one other reason, in addition to everything else, why only 9% of the applicants get accepted there. Okay. Number 2 on this list is Swathmore College in Pennsylvania. This also is very expensive every year, $53,250 a year.
It is an expensive school, but when we start to think about that average sticker price and then the average granted right around that $35,000, $36,000 mark, bringing it down to on parity with most public colleges in the States. And Swathmore has been number 1 on our best value colleges list, number 1 on our best financial aid list. It is a usual suspect and well-deservedly so.
Okay, and number 1 on your list of private colleges that are great for the dollar is Williams College in Williamstown, Massachusetts. Why?
Fabulous school academically. It's only 2,000 students, but $2 billion when it comes to their overall college endowment. So when we start to think about it, it's got a hefty sticker price, $54,500. Average aid package is almost $41,000 per student coming in. Fabulous school academically, but a great financial value as well.
Okay, before we go, the financial aid forms are due very soon. What is your best tip for filling out one so that you can get financial aid?
Absolutely, and it's the FAFSA form, the free application for federal student aid. When Arnie Duncan, our wonderful Secretary of Education, looked at it, he said, you need a PhD to fill out this thing. So it's 150 questions. My one piece of advice is really take your time. You cannot cram for the FAFSA form. It is most important because it's expensive to be wrong on the FAFSA form.
All right, good point. All right, Rob
Excellent.
Franek, thank you so much.
Pleasure
Good information this morning. And coming up next,